Howdy folks, how you going? Back in the kitchen, backing up, another brew food, hot on the trails of what was only yesterday. Still got the jars sitting here from yesterday when I did the tomato relish, which has turned out really good. I had some for lunch, side by side with mullows, and really good flavour. I was really happy with. Adelaide did come out a little bit thicker, but I was expecting that. But anyway, today we're on the same path. Today I'm doing some mustard pickles. Well, it can be today and tomorrow. Today I'm doing the first part. So this is a sort of a traditional sweet mustard pickles, like you buy in the jar, like the old free freeze is the old standard. So you get other brands, but I think everyone knows the free freeze. I still remember this day, the first time I ever heard that, the free freeze. I was about, I was probably like 6 or 7 years old, and I was at my great grandmother's house, and I think it was babysitting me, and she sent me up to the local corner shop to get a jar of free freeze pickles. That's where I learned free freeze. Anyway, this recipe has got nothing more to do with my great grandmother than that. Well, what I'm doing first up is I'm making just a bit of a brining solution, because we need to pickle the veggies. So I'm going to just get that on. So while I'm doing that, give a shout out to, as always, to Little John's patrons. Thank you guys for your support. There's a link down the bottom to Patreon. So I need some salt. Yeah, you get a bit of the old salt and sugar in these recipes, but you get that whenever you buy it. And the reality is you probably get far less sugar, far less salt when you make it yourself than you do when you buy it store-bought. And it's bloody cheaper. Just an example, that relish I estimated about under $3 a jar, and that was paying, full price for tomatoes, not even getting them cheap or getting them free. And that's half the price of what you'll pay for some relish in the shops. Okay, I need half a cup of salt. Now I'm using the cooking salt. If you're American, it's what you refer to as kosher salt. Very, 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 very similar. It's just a bit coarser, and it's not as it's not as salty. As much as salt can't be salty. That's how it works. So in there, we want to just get that nice and dissolved. Okay, so I'm going to stick a link to the recipe down the bottom. And I'll be following the quantities on that recipe today. You can alter that to whatever you need, however much you want to make. And I don't know how much this is make, because again, this is the first time making this. So there's our brining liquid. Okay, so brining solution is ready. What we're going to add to that is, actually, there. We'll start off with some cauliflower. Now, as per this recipe, this quantity, you need 500 grams of cauliflower. Yeah. That's 620 with a little bit extras on it, so I'm going to take that as being about 500. So you're looking for about half a cauliflower. Just for making numbers easy. 1/2 cauliflower. And you just want to chop it up. Cut the core out, you don't need that. I mean, you could cut it up and put in there if you're that way inclined. Depends on how, I suppose, how chunky and crunchy you want. But that stuff's not going to cook real well in the time that we want. Okay, so you want this, again, you don't want massive big chunks. Unlike yesterday, we aren't going to cook this for, for a real long time. So this stuff doesn't get a chance to really cook down a hell of a lot. Cauliflower will break down pretty quickly. And as does everything that's in this, but I can just go straight in there. And there's much point frigging around there. This makes a bit of a mess. I'll give little John something to do when I'm finished here. I'll have to bloody clean up to make sure the place is tidy before little John gets home. All good. Righto. Cauliflower in. We need some onion. Says 4 medium brown. And again, we're just chopping these up. And that's going to come down again to your preference on how big you want them. Oh, down the forefront, I'm just going to use a red spinach just for a little bit of extra colour. And these are a little sweeter than the brown onion. Oh, honestly, I'd probably rather use a white onion in this if I could get it instead of brown. But this day and age, white onions are near impossible to bloody get, especially out here. So if you're down there in the bloody, if you're in the city or you can access a decent veggie shop, then you can probably get hold of white onions a bit easier. I just want to do these as a sort of slightly larger dice, not super big but not super small either. Again, want a good chunk in the end. Yes, it's finished. That's our 4 onions in. And last thing, well, actually not last thing. Couple of Lebanese cucumbers. Now, You can leave these unskinned. You can peel them completely if you want. It just depends on how you feel about skins yourself. Now I don't mind a little bit of skin in my pickle, but I don't want absolutely all of it on there, so I'll just take half of that off all the way around. Top and tail. And just quarter that. And again, nice chunky bits. And so again, this stuff, yeah, this is all store bought. Quite often I've got these things in my garden, but the garden's had a bit of a failure this year, and I've got nothing, not much anyway, growing out there at the moment. If you can get this stuff in your own garden, yeah, you're laughing. Now, this is not in the recipe, it's just a little extra. A little bit of red capsicum, bell pepper, however you want to look at it. And again, chunk that up. That for me, I think this is going to add just a nice little bit of colour with the red, little splash through. And add that little bit extra bloody sweetness as well. So that's not a necessity, and it's not traditional. But you will find plenty of recipes where they actually do use it. So that's our veggies ready for brining. So I'm now going to cover that, and this is going to sit overnight. So now I'm going to push that down on top. And I want to sit the plate on there, if it will fit. Yeah, that one won't fit. Beautiful. Exactly what I was hoping would happen. That will do. And that's just to make sure that all those veggies stay under the surface. So the weight of the plate will help that, and so will a bit of plastic over it. Now I'll put more plastic over the top of the pot. Throw the lid on, and that's just to help stop some of the bloody smells getting out. And sit this in the fridge overnight. Okay? That's it for now. So I'll come back tomorrow, show you how we finish this up. Righto folks, it's the next day and we're ready to finish these pickles off. So we've got our veggie down the fridge. Been soaking all night, they're nice and cold. And now I need to get these very well rinsed. We want to get all the salt off these veggies. Because we want the veggies nice and salty, but we don't want any extra salt coming through into the final bloody pickle. So I'm going to give them a rinse. We'll get them over to the sink. And we're just going to rinse these under cold water. Alright, we want to give these a really good rinse. You see people will say rinse them 3 times, then soak them in water and rinse them again. That's potentially a bit of overkill, but yeah, just to make sure you're getting, get all that salt off. Technically, right now they're pickles. We just had the mustard part to it. Righto. Righto, so they're drained. They're rinsed. Now, the recipe I've actually got I'm following says now to drain them and to pat them dry on absorbent paper. I don't know why that would be, because they're going to get added back into liquid straight away. So I don't get the point of that. So we're not going to do that. I will edit the recipe before I post it down in the comments. So now we need to make our solution for cooking this in, and 3 cups of apple cider vinegar, which is really convenient because that's one of the sort of larger bottles. Just straight in. Nice and easy. Okay, 2 cups of white sugar. I had to duck out this morning and buy some new white sugar because I didn't have any here. The sugar I use here for generally for coffee, I mixed white and raw sugar together, so it wasn't going to work. But what that meant was, I was down the street, I just ducked into the IGA, normally I go to Woolies, but I got some mustard powder, which I couldn't get at Woolies, so that I'm happy about. So 2 cups of white sugar, 3 cups or 1 bottle of vinegar, 1 tablespoon of mustard powder. Okay. 1 teaspoon of curry powder and 1 teaspoon of turmeric. And the turmeric's more about the colour, and that's about it. And we'll mix that together. Now, pop this on the stove and get this heating up, and that's going to help melt that bloody and dissolve the sugar. I've got jars on boiling up, so they're nice and clean and sanitary. Okay, that sugar's dissolved. Get our veggies in. Mix them through. And that's a lovely amount just to have that just covered. Alright, what I want to do now is just bring it up to a simmer and then simmer it for about 10 or 15 minutes just till those veggies soften up. I don't want to cook them, just want to get them soft. We still want a little bit of, a little bit of firmness on the tooth when you're biting, and a little bit of crunch. So we'll come back soon. Righto, we've been cooking for about 12 minutes. Just a simmer. Now, veggies are softened up and cooked down. So now we get on to thickening. Okay, we're going to use some cornflour to thicken this up. Okay, so we need 1/3 of a cup. Just about there. And 2 tablespoons of water. One over here just on the side. And mix that up. Yeah, and that's not going to work. 2 tablespoons of water. Where do they get the fucking 2 tablespoons of water from? Anyway, add a little bit more water. Much water as you need to make a paste. It's probably going to be somewhere around 1/4 cup. Pretty thick. That's about the thickness of cream. You probably, ideally, would probably be a little bit thicker, but righto. We add about 3/4 of that cornflour. At the moment, mix it in. See how it goes. It will thicken pretty quickly. And I'm going to go to the rest. Get it all in there. Alright, now turn this heat down just a little bit, so it's on just a very, very light simmer. Well, that's tasting alright. Okay. I'm going to let that cook now for about, I don't know, about 5 or 10 minutes. Righto. It's done. We're ready to jar it up. That's not bad. Now we just want to get this into the jars. Now, again, as with the relish, the last bit, certainly going to be easier if you can get yourself a wide mouth funnel. I think it should be not too difficult to get in a the preserving section, and any decent sort of Big W, Kmart, stuff like that. I'll have to get myself one before I crack at this again. Once again, I've got more bottles here than I actually need. Seems to be my thing. Gotta go with this fella. It's a bit small, it's going to be a bit hard. I've got the wider mouth jars are easier, but I'll see why in a second. Why I've gone for this one. But yeah, definitely get yourself a funnel. Okay, we're fairly the sauce seems to be fairly runny, but I do expect that that's going to thicken up quite a bit once they cool. I've got to say, that tastes pretty darn good. That's going to be very nice. So you can see from the bit of mess there why a funnel is a good idea. Wipe the top off these jars, so it's clean when the lid goes on, and that's important so the lid can actually seal properly. Because the same as with the pickles yesterday, the relish, which back a little bit. If you don't get that might not be the right lid. That one off, that one. Yep. That's bloody odd. Get on there, you son of a bitch. Okay, got 4 jars. 4 good sized jars, and that fella, that's an actual free-freeze jar, as we were talking about earlier on. So again, pack these hot, get the jars sealed up. Gonna let these sit to cool. As they cool, they will vacuum seal and pull the lids in. So again, tomorrow morning, if the lid's not sealed, if it still pops, straight in the fridge and use it. If the seal is nice and tight, it's fine to keep in the cupboard, yeah, for months. So anyway, there she is, guys. Sweet mustard pickles to go along with the relish we made recently. Two great accompaniments for your barbecues and your sandwiches and picnics and all the rest of it. Have a crack at it. This stuff costs about $10, somewhere in that vicinity. 4 jars, $2.50 a jar. It's not a massive amount cheaper than commercial, but yeah, you made it yourself. You know what went in there. So anyway, guys, all good. Patrons, thank you as always for your support. Links down the bottom if you're interested. Subscribers, thank you. If you aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And if you like what's going on, give me a thumbs up. That's it for now. Brew food. Number 9. Sweet mustard pickles. That's a wrap. So, see you till I see you again. We're brewing beer, drinking beer, talking beer, making stuff that would be good brewing.